All right, today we're going to cover stage 2 enactments, breaking them down, making them more clear.
Welcome to the Leading Edge in Emotionally Focused Therapy with your hosts, Dr. James Hawkins and Dr. Ryan Rana. EFT is a dynamic model that humbles even the most seasoned therapists. Together, we want to come alongside you as you continually push the leading edge of your understanding and application of this wonderful model developed by Dr. Sue Johnson.
All right, you all, it's good to be back with you. Ryan and I have been on the road. Ryan's coming back from where?
A little road weary.
Right.
Yeah, 4 or 5 in a row here. But I just got back from Missoula, Montana. Great community out there. They're setting the curve, man, on communities, doing great events. So great to be with those folks.
Yeah, and I just got back. Let's see, I kind of hit up 2 places, but I was about to say Missoula. Houston, Texas.
Okay.
Great community there, doing some good work. And Atlanta.
Hot Atlanta.
Yeah, hot Atlanta. It was a good time.
Yeah.
And before we get rolling into today's topic, we're saying thank you.
Yeah.
You know, I thought about us recording today, and the thank you in my mind is to Sue again. You know, I just witnessing her work, had some good lives and some good discussions. But this model, as many times as I've taught it, I keep just feeling like, oh, there's another level to this. There's just so expansive and so much room. Mm-hmm. And her as a leader, she gave so much room for people to be creative. So once again, to Sue and to John, just thank you so much.
Agree, yeah. I'll go a different direction. We're talking about enactments today, and enactments are awkward. This whole model's awkward, right? I mean, we work so hard to align and be with people, and yet we're really doing the opposite of what they want, and it's hard. And we have to trust it. You have to trust yourself. You have to trust the model. You know, 40-50% of enactments get blocked. So I just want to thank you for the resiliency. I did a live demo last week, and it went pretty well. You know, in the setup, you know, I said I don't expect these people to be able to do much EFT. They had a lot of stuff going on, and I wasn't completely wrong. Good things happened though, but when I came back out, multiple people were just like, "Man, I just want to honor the amount of tenacity." They kept using that word that I showed, because it was hard.
Wow.
It's just stuff moving everywhere, you know, and their bond is very insecure. So I didn't think of it as tenacity. I just thought of it as this is the next sort of progression and trying to stay on map. But when I zoom out and think about our participants, it does take a tenacious person who hangs in there and keeps trying. So thank you for being tenacious.
That's cool. All right, Ryan. So we're going to get into breaking down stage 2 enactments.
Yeah.
Maybe different types, what we hope is in them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, they're in some ways they're the same. In some ways they're very, very different. And it is important to remember that, you know, our clients don't know we're stage 2 necessarily. I guess you could talk to them about that. I really don't. But you know, the thing that occurs to me about stage 2 enactments is they're restructuring. Whereas stage 1 enactments sometimes are a dip in the pool. Stage 2 is a full sense of, you know, if you can show up for me here, it is a cultural change of us. Mm-hmm. Like we have restructured. I am literally showing you that I'm a secure base. And so this is the kind of depth we're going for in stage 2 enactments.
Yeah, I like that wording. This is the restructuring of us. So I don't know if you're ready to go there, but yeah. I'm trying to think of, you know, I want to give in clear targets and markers for some of these enactments in stage 2. Now, so I'll go to this. So for me, the first target becomes that I want to go for is an enactment with the view of self, a clear enactment of view of self, and maybe the attachment fear associated with it. That's the first target for me. I don't know if you got more you want to say on it.
No, I just, it's funny you say that. I just written down, there's kind of 3.5 materials. That's the way it's a funny word that I'm using there. I don't know, probably a better word.
Yeah.
But kind of 3.5 materials that I'm looking for at any point in stage 2. Certainly the ones that you said are on that list. Mm-hmm. I do think there's room for a qualitatively deeper primary emotion.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, we're doing primary emotion. We think about step 3, stage 1. Mm-hmm. Tango 2. Yeah, all those confusing. But really get into deepest fear, right? Trauma. Trauma memories come forward. Sometimes some younger child, those kind of attachment injury, openings are one. Negative view of self to me is a major marker.
Yeah.
If I don't see that somewhere, I start to think, are we in stage 2?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Fear of reaching. Like what happens for you that keeps you from exposing your negative view of self? Those two do hold hands, like you're saying. And then that deepest attachment need. And that's the hardest one, right? That's where most couples therapy models start talking about needs. EFT have it closer to the finish line. It's an awkward one, but it's huge when it goes well.
That's right. So thank you for lining those out. That's what I thought we were going to do. I like that. So I like you said, even before the negative view of self, maybe along that journey, you just hit a deep pocket of some memories or of some sort, or just, I don't want to call it a block, but just something that says, hey, pay attention to me. So you could do enactments around that. Then there's a negative view of self. And I know we kind of mentioned this one in the last episode, but when I was out, I got to do a live, and in the live, both of them, to share the negative view of self, I could just feel the qualitative difference. It's like the person could turn and then they would share this emotional experience, but they would leave that little piece off of, and I believe I'm unlovable. And you could just almost watch their body take this deep exhale as they would have to say that part of the statement. So I think got even more clear for me in these enactments in stage 2 is they are very much, it's like a big revelation, a risky revelation is what I would call it. To say, I'm going to take what's in my internal world and put it out there before you to see if you will either accept it or reject it, kind of thing. I don't know.
I like that you caught that pause. Because that's literally their body going, down another level of basement.
Yes.
Like I got to find another set of stairs here to go even deeper than this sadness or fear I was sharing into. I think stage 1 enactments are a sharing of vulnerable experience. Stage 2 enactments are a sharing of vulnerable self.
Yeah, that's a beautiful way to say that, Brian.
Yeah.
I hope y'all caught that. That is, once again, because part of why we did this series is just to help people get even more clear on certification. That's it. Stage 1 is about experience. So yes, if you're in stage 2, share fear, but that's still, they've done a lot of reps around fear and pain in stage 1. What they need to do is, this is the risky part, is I'm going to put out the parts of me that I have not liked or I have not asked for comfort, literally out there to see if you will receive that.
Yeah. I mean, this is if you think about someone getting dressed on their first date, this is the part of them that they're putting makeup over, or how they're doing their hair. People who have hair, whatever it is, we're trying to put our best foot forward. We're trying to wear our nicest clothes, all to hide this fear that maybe I'm not enough, right? And then as the relationship progresses over so many years, that becomes kind of cancerous in terms of how it impacts the cycle, because it's awfully hard not to get stuck in protection moves if a significant part of you thinks that maybe you're not enough. And what we know is that all of us have that part of us. So the cancer heals. I don't know if that's a great metaphor, but the cancer heals when someone's no longer alone. And the part of them that thinks maybe they're not enough. Maybe there's something about me that's not so worthy of love.
So once again, good case for why we really need to push to get them to let them. And by the way, it's not enough that they just say it to you as a therapist. I literally, if they don't look in the eyes of their partner and say, hey, I'm sorry, I'm trying not to be picky here, but I just need to see that I want your body to see that it can take this risk and look into the eyes of your partner.
Oh, you're nicer than me. I don't even apologize. I'm like, go that way. Yeah.
Oh gosh. All right. But then I guess the next, so there's that, I don't know if we need to say anything particular, but I would say, so that big, when they reveal that view of self, go into that and they reveal it. The next part of, I would say with the enactment with that is, it can get wobbly in that step 6 is what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
And being able to help the caregiver come forward.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I think we're going to do next episode completely on that.
Oh.
But you're right to think about it, because how you set the enactment has a significant role in how set up the caregiver is to sort of win or lose, or to either, be responsive or block.
That's good.
Yeah.
Man.
But I just want to say this, it's obvious, but, we do, we've said this before in the podcast. A couple of years ago, Gail Palmer was talking about grading certification videos. And it was kind of like a little complaint to us as trainers. She goes, I'm just seeing the same video twice. Stage 1, someone's in fear, passes it, great. Stage 2, they go right back to the same fear, passes it. Like that's not stage 2. So she's looking for that next staircase down, that in the fear, what's the sense of you that helps you be afraid, right? I'm unlovable, I'm ugly, I'm too tall, too short, too skinny, too fat, all the things that plague us as humans, right? Yeah. We all have that going. The question is, what are you going to do with it? You going to hide it and try to perform, or are we going to take the risk to let it be seen and invite the partner in? So I just want to say, I say all that to say, we need to make sure that we're getting the view of self.
Yes.
But we just as much need to make sure it's not a summary, right? This is not just like, oh yeah, I always struggle to think I'm unlovable. Well, that's not it. I mean, your client should be reaching for words. They should be like, I'm not quite sure what to call it. Like that's part of how oh, okay, we're in stage 2 territory here. When they're having to sort of fight for the next word, that's showing we're in new territory. This is not the same conversation we have at home, because you can say some not negative view of self stuff kind of in a reactive shame.
Yep.
As if to say, get away from me, or look what you've done to me. And that's not what we're looking for. Maybe that's obvious to the listeners, but I think it's important to clarify.
No, I think it is important to clarify. Yeah.
And, I just got 2 more notes. I'll just keep flowing unless you want to jump in.
No, you got it.
All right. James just got off the road. I've had 2 days to rest. So I remember going to Core Skills my first or second time and asking George, Sue, others, when are you hitting your enactment? Exactly. And it's important to know, don't think that way, basically, when they're ready.
Okay.
So step 5 may involve 10 enactments. So some people get to thinking, okay, so we're going to do step 5, we're going to do step 6, and we'll enact it in step 7. No. We don't want to be structured like that. We want to make sure we don't miss good opportunities. So as soon as we get our material ready, as soon as they're in one of those 3 or 4 things and it's really embodied, we want to pass it when it's hot.
Yes.
Okay, so don't wait too long and miss these sort of really strong emotional moments.
Yeah. I agree on that one. I saw that on a tape of mine even recently. I'm like, James, why? And then that's what I think helped me this last week. I remembered that note and said, nope, it's there. Let's go for it.
Yeah. Then the other thing, the other 2 things I had in mind to say, let's go backwards for a step. Good stage 2 in my experience, watching lots of people do it, giving it a shot myself, is doing many, many step 5 and 6s over and over and over. To me, that's when you become a really effective couples therapist. When you can develop a skill set to handle stage 1 reactivity, which is hard, and you got to grind. And I don't care how good you are. Sometimes you just got to be repetitive in so many assemblies and being with people and organizing painful experience and establishing safety and small enactments which slowly grow, and one day they de-escalate, right? And then if you get proficient at that, and then you get proficient at going deep in 5 and work and being ready for all things that can happen in step 6, to me, you're a very effective couples therapist.
I agree.
Yeah, and then we'll talk about step 7, which is the Hollywood moment. But 5 and 6, 5 and 6, 5 and 6, 5 and 6, 5 and 6 with that withdrawer, right? And then doing that again multiple times with the pursuer. I'm saying that because I wish someone had said that to me. If you're new to the model, I didn't quite understand that that's the game here, that we're developing muscles in that way. And then the preset, to me, is an interesting discussion. Love to hear what you have to think about this, Doc Hawk. Yeah. I have some mentors who are better than me, and they use the phrase in almost every enactment. So they're in an emotional place, stage 1 or stage 2, and the emotional moment is hot. And they start with, what would it be like to turn and talk to your partner about this fearful place? They start every enactment that way.
Yeah.
Right. And then they go through a concise way to get them to turn. Can you turn right now in your chair and tell them about the fear? Right. So I tend to put that in stage 2. The pre-question, the preset question. Some people do it all the time. I know people who don't ever use it. I'm kind of curious with you. How do you come down on the whole? What would it be like to turn and talk to Nicola about how you question yourself?
Ooh. Yeah, there's 2 ways I think of it. One, I'm a little bit afraid of it clogging up the lane.
Yep.
Like I ask it, and now I gotta it invites more discussion that pulls us out, and then I gotta reset the table.
Yep.
But the time when I am tempted to use it if I'm looking across maybe at someone who's talking to me about stage 2 type stuff, but I'm not seeing the affect. But my gut says maybe they could be. They're not showing it culturally how I might be used to seeing it.
Oh, okay.
And so I'll say, hey, what would it be like? And that's my way of trying to get a tell. It just helped me in Houston. Shout out to Houston. Male withdrawer, super stoic in his face. But I'm like, man, I'm feeling it in my body. So I asked it to say, what would it be like? And then he told me, he's like, oh, my heart is beating fast.
Oh,
I'm like,
nice.
Oh, so we are in it. Okay. So right now, could you?
So you kind of double used it there. One, you were actually checking
Oh, yeah.
to see if it was alive in the moment.
Correct.
Okay. So you weren't checking so much to see what the fear of reaching is. You were just checking it. Do you actually afraid?
Yeah,
Are you
yeah.
actually afraid?
Yeah.
But you're actually using it. You're also saying then that you're using it to help yourself deepen almost.
In a way, yes,
Okay.
especially around, like, as you said, stage 2 enactments.
Yeah.
Because Catherine Ream, shout out to her as my mentor when I was a trainer in training. She said, James, stage 2, they have to have deep limbic experience to have deep limbic revision. So she just you have to drive it home.
Deep. You have to have deep limbic experience to have limbic revision. That's good. And I do share your concern that it's going to clog this thing up. I mean, I think about my last live. It was tough sledding. I knew it was going to be. We did 6 enactments in a session. All of them were hard. And it's like taking everything I have and taking everything they have to get the enactment. So I never used the preset question there, the pre-enactment question where it's like, what would it be like to turn and talk? Because I wanted them to turn and talk. I think it's a good rule of thumb in therapy. Don't ask a question you don't want the answer to. And I didn't want that answer. I wanted them to try it. Right. I want them to get in the arena and let's play. And then we're going to deal with what comes up. So I think that's a mentality. But I do think it's a really important question.
Yeah.
So that's how I want to land with this is that what would it be like to turn and talk about this negative view of self or fear of reaching or then even deepest attachment need? What would it be like to turn and ask for that to be met right now?
Yeah.
Because the answer, this is Jim Furrow's quote, it's probably the most important question in all of EFT.
Yeah.
Because it's finding out what's the experience that is preventing a secure bond. So we need to know this question. The question is, when are you going to use it?
Yeah.
Do we use it sometimes in stage 1, sometimes not in stage 1? Do we use it every time in stage 2, most of the time? That's something that you have to decide for yourself. But I think it's good to be intentional of why you're doing it. Some people are just using it like a robot. And I'm like, did you want to know that question? They'll be like, I thought that's just what you did with enactments. I'm like, it's optional. Or sometimes people don't use it at all. And I'm like, hey, it's really important. You know, what would it be like to turn and talk about this whole new, very painful experience?
Yeah. And be ready with your counter move in case they go into a long story of count 3 to 4 sentences. Hey, I'm sorry. My bad with that question. Can I go back to the...
And I love that, James. And you and I both teach it that way. And sometimes I get a little criticism. That's kind of cookie cutter feeling. But man, it is really accurate.
Yes.
You give somebody that 7th or 8th sentence, it's not hot anymore.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now we're in a summary. Now we're telling a story. Now it becomes disembodied, and you got to start all over. And it's okay to start all over. Gail and Kenny counterpoint you and I by saying, you can start over. I'm like, yeah, but we're on the clock.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, these people are going to be in their car in 25 minutes going somewhere else. And so I don't want to restart this thing 9 minutes later. So, you know, if you have a good feel that we're on map and we need to make this thing happen and someone wobbles on you, you know, catch them about that 4th sentence and lovingly reset them. And I think clients actually are appreciative of that. Yeah, you're shaking your head really strong.
I had a lot of that on this last live, and they were so cool about it. But I'm like, hey, it's my bad, but I gotta stay here. I love what your body's going for, but if we miss this moment, then we're gonna be stuck in that same vicious cycle. So let me stay here.
Yeah.
So anyway,
exactly. So we're mostly talking today about our enactments in step 5, 6. Mm-hmm. So the material we're looking for is a qualitatively different and deeper level of primary emotion. Yeah. It does need to be alive in the session. This does not, even if someone's talking about deep needs, but it's not in the primary level of emotion, we're not there. And the big one, the negative view of self.
All right.
What's that deepest fear below all that, and can I take a risk to let it be seen?
Awesome. Next time, we'll be talking about step 6. Thank you all.
Thank you for listening. We hope this experience helps you push the leading edge in your work to help people connect with themselves and with each other. Please subscribe to our podcast and leave us a 5-star review. You can contact us at pushtheleadingedge@gmail.com, and you can follow us on our Facebook page at Push the Leading Edge. You can follow Ryan on Facebook at Ryan Rana Professional Training and on his website, ryanranatraining.com. You can follow James on Facebook and Instagram at DocHawkLPC. You can also check out his website, DocHawkLPC.com.